guys, it's Will of Potato Strong. I've got a recipe here for cauliflower cutlets, and it's quite similar to my cauliflower wings recipe, except that you slice the cauliflower into cutlets, and you don't have to do a second bake. Some people don't do that anyways, but and then for the breadcrumbs, I've shown how to make that in the recipe as well, if you want to make your own with whole grain bread. But I put in some poultry seasoning just to add a little more flavor to the breadcrumbs. So I think it's key. I didn't probably put enough bread flavoring in the breadcrumbs, but that's going to be where a lot of the taste comes from. But with the wings, the cauliflower wings, and these cutlets, a lot of the taste comes from, the sauces, like with barbecue sauce or dipping it in buffalo sauce or whatever you're doing. In this case, I put my marinara sauce on it on a sandwich. You could put I've got a ranch dip recipe. You could put it on a sandwich with veggies. There's so many options here. You can have it with pasta. So just wanted to show you this. It's quite similar. So if you haven't checked out my cauliflower wings recipe, it's quite similar. And I hope you guys like this. Check it out. Okay, so here I'm going to cut the cauliflower. It's going to be 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch or so slices. I didn't want to cut it too thin in case it didn't hold together. But yeah, and the number of slices you're going to get depends on how big your cauliflower head is. This one wasn't that big, so I probably won't get too many from it. So this was a fairly small cauliflower, so I've got about four slices, and you could potentially reduce this if you wanted to have like a smaller patty. But I'm gonna go with this, and now we're gonna coat them. And so this one, broke a little bit apart, but I got a few out of it. And if you have pieces, you could just make little nuggets out of them, so they still work. You can put them in a sub or on a sandwich as well, or just eat them, put them in pasta. So let's do the coating section next. So here I'm going to mix the flour, 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of water. And it's just a rough estimate to coat, a rough normal size of cauliflower. So mix that up good, and then dip each slice of cauliflower in the batter. You want it to be pretty thick batter. And then I just put that into the breadcrumbs. And I've done a video on this very similar process with my cauliflower wings. So it's just whole wheat flour or whole wheat bread ground up with some garlic and onion powder, and I put a teaspoon of poultry seasoning in there. And I lay that on a silpat sheet. So I'll just do that again with each cutlet here, just to coat the cutlet in the batter and then dip it in the breadcrumbs. So you want to make sure you mix the flour and the water together. Some people use chickpea flour, I use whole wheat flour. So here we have the cutlets, and then you can cut these smaller if you want. And then I've got some that broke apart on the edges of the cauliflower. So these are nice for, you can still have these are little smaller pieces, but they didn't form into the nice cutlets here. But nice chicken tasting style nuggets, or put them in pasta, put them in subs, on sandwiches. Let's throw these in the oven now. So here you want to flip them after about 20 minutes baking at 450, and I use tongs. You want to be careful, you might lose some of the toppings. So here's some pictures. Hope you guys really like that. There's lots of different toppings, sauce or ranch dip. Enjoy. See you guys.